Hey, what's going on? Courtney here with Scott Financial and Care. Today you are catching me outside on a beautiful day here in Georgia. Just wanted to enjoy the weather as I record this. So, like the topic of the video, it's just basically discussing what I think some uses for term life insurance can be, what it can be used for. So, um, one of the uses I find that it's good for is for mortgage protection. You do have two different ones. You have the PMI, which is usually what a mortgage company would make you get if you put down less than 20% on your down payment for a home. And basically, if you default on the loan for any reason, it's a protection for them that they didn't lose out on their money. And then you have the other, which is MPI, mortgage protection, which is basically only there to pay the mortgage. It's not there to cover other expenses relating to the home. So what I find that I can provide for my clients is term life insurance, and they can usually get it for either the life of their current mortgage loan. Some get 10 years, some get 20, some might get actually a whole 30 year. And basically, if they, they can name the beneficiary, the home or the mortgage company or the estate, whatever, as the beneficiary. And then they also have someone else who they want to name as a beneficiary. Excuse me. And so that money would be able to be used for anything. If you are, let's say, a married couple and one of you pass away, at least the other spouse, the surviving spouse, is not left without a income. Basically, they at least they'll have that in place to help them cover the household expenses and mortgage expenses. And you don't have to get term life insurance necessarily to do that, but some people do. Life insurance, unlike health insurance, you can actually have more than one policy to cover a certain amount. So if you can only get, let's say, $20,000 with one life insurance carrier, you might be able to get but you need $50,000. You can probably get the other $30,000 or $20,000 life insurance policy through another carrier. And so that's one of the uses that I find is very useful. There's also decreasing term policy. Basically, if you only need a 20-year term policy, every year that you are in the home and that you have the home, the years on that term policy decreases as well with it. So let's say you had a 30-year one, it's been 10 years, you passed away you passed away, and so you actually had another 20 years left on it. Your beneficiary would have enough to basically just pay the mortgage off, or whatever the case may be, whatever they choose to do with that. And so another use that I find for term life insurance, during this time of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of people had to rethink how they're going to navigate through life now. And a lot of us, we tend to wait until some type of crisis happens to try to prepare for something. And that's really not, a good practice that we should be doing. You can never prepare for anything, but sometimes you can prepare somewhat for the unexpected to happen. No one saw COVID-19 happening globally. So the uses that I find clients are still able to get covered. The COVID-19 survivors, and even those of us who fortunately were not hit with COVID, the COVID virus, Some of us lost our jobs. Some of us had to close down our businesses, but we still need some type of coverage. And we may not be able to afford the whole life policies or the universal life whole life policies, but we still want some type of coverage. So what I have been doing for those clients, and I've had a very high number of recent COVID-19 survivor clients. So I've been able to assist them. Some have been able to get a whole life policy, but others are getting the term life policies. And because of the fact that, one, it's affordable. Term life is more affordable than whole life policy. And for those that may still kind of be out of work, but they're getting some sort of income somehow, I get them on the annual renewable term policy. So every year they, that makes it even cheaper or affordable for them. And if they do decide later on to convert to a whole life policy, I can add a conversion policy to where that at any point in time, they can convert their term life policy to a whole life policy if they choose to. So I find those two reasons, mortgage protection and for COVID-19 survivors, or just anyone in general who they want a life insurance coverage, but they can't really afford it, term life is the way to go. So for those of us who are agents like myself, or if you're just a regular consumer, if you are looking for life insurance coverage, look about term life, okay? Unfortunately, with any type of life insurance policies, I wanted to cover something that's a little bit off topic, but when it comes to life insurance taxes, as you know, because life insurance is usually purchased with after-tax dollars, there is no tax breaks in this, no type of tax deductible. Whole life policies, they do accumulate the cash value account, but that cash value account is tax deferred. So basically meaning as soon as you start withdrawing from that cash value account, you are taxed. Now, when it comes time for your beneficiary to make a claim on the policy, it is tax-free to your beneficiary. Okay. So that's the only thing. I mean, unless something has changed. And of course, any new information that I do come in contact with or read about, I definitely will let you all know. Okay. So I think that's it for now. I'm going to go ahead and sign out. If you have any questions, or if you're looking to get covered for yourself or friend, family member, go ahead and give us a call at 800-365-4299. You can head over to our website at scottfinancialcare.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at scottfinancialcare.com. I'm Courtney, and you have a good day.